We're going to take a minute here and we're going to discuss this topic of breaking the bad habit of gambling. Why would you want to break the bad habit of gambling? You're bleeding excessively. Losses, financial losses, relationships. One of the worst things that is a result or byproduct of problem gambling is you don't have any peace. You don't have any tranquility inside yourself. You lose that. And what happens is you become hardened. You become cold inside. You want to get rid of the bad gambling habit. There's going to have to be an awakening at some point. Now, this is a community. I'm inviting you to stay close to this community. Obviously, if you're here, make sure that you have turned on your notifications to all. We have a live podcast that you can interact with me on Sundays. I'm going to invite you to do that too. Getting a little bit ahead here. But we're talking about getting rid of that, creating a void, making a decision, looking at a better life. Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? Think about this with me. I know that you are, because I've been there. Maybe not in your shoes, but I've been there and I know what it's like. 2014 was my awakening. I lost a lot of money. I've lost relationships. I've lost a part of myself in that process. And I'm still dealing with the collateral damage a couple years later. What could you engage in that would help you stop the bleed? Learning how to deal with your money more effectively, building on emotional intelligence, being a part of a community that is reaching out internationally to help others around the globe. You can't just say that you're going to abandon problem gambling. You can say that, but you're going to have to create a void filler. You're going to have to create something. You're going to have to involve yourself in something heavily in order to take up that void. Because when money comes along, and it will, when depression comes along, and it will, when you have a problem, a situation, a circumstance, and it will, it's going to drive you in one of two directions. In the past, you know where that's been. But because this is a new thing, it's a new day, and we're talking about breaking the habit of gambling, betting, casino, lottery, whatever it might be. It's all false promises. It's not going to really lead you anywhere. And furthermore, if you win a hefty amount of money and you're not mentally prepared, it'll destroy you. Let me say that again. If you win a hefty amount of money and you're not mentally, emotionally prepared for it, it will destroy you in some way. It'll find a way to get away from you because you're not prepared for it. That's a major thing that problem gamblers will face if they come into that situation. So breaking the bad habit of gambling is not difficult. It takes a decision. It does take inspiration. And maybe you've been on my YouTube and you've been around for a little bit, but you haven't had that awakening. You haven't had that rude. I shouldn't say rude. We don't want a rude awakening like it was to me. For me, it was a rude awakening. You don't have to wait till you end up in some kind of an injury, have some kind of an accident, or you lose everything completely altogether to try to start all over again. You don't have to wait there. Is it a secret? Is it a belief? Is it a mindset? Is it a decision? What is it? What will it be for you? Hopefully this video here will be a start, a head start, a kickstart for you to break that bad habit. Gambling is a lie, will always be a lie. There's no success in it. There's no real rewards in it. Just keep that in mind. I know from experience. And by the way, there are many people doing this. There are many people getting out of the prison. There are many people closing one door and opening another. Many are doing it. I'm doing it. Will you do it? Will this be the day for you to break your bad habit? Join me. Leave a comment. A thumbs up always helps. Support this mission. And join me on Sundays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here. Let's do this. Let's take action now.